For this unit on IXL, we're gonna be using three cheat code. The first cheat code we're gonna be using, it's the slope cheat code. I'm sure everyone remember the cheat code for slope. What is this cheat code for slope? Equals
M equals y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1.
minus x1, x1. And we also need the cheat code for b. What is the cheat code for b?
Y equals mx plus b.
B, the cheat code for b. B equals what?
B equals y
Minus what?
minus mx.
Awesome. And the last thing we're gonna be doing, we're gonna put everything back to y equals what? Mx plus what? B. Am I making sense? So this is the first step, second step,
X.
and this is what? The last step. Am I making sense here?
Mr. Coyote.
Yes. Now, let's look at this now carefully. I want everyone to pay attention. To find the slope, remember when you have to label first. You got to say first and what? Second. And x1, y1. x2, y2. First point, second point. Got it? First, second. That's why it's x1, y1, x2, y2. Now, let's set it up. M, it's, so now, what is y2? Look at it. What is y2? 6. Thank you. What is y1? Y1 is what? Negative what? Negative 4. Let's see if this works now. Negative 4. And what is x2? 1. And what is x1? Negative 4 again. Now let's make this look pretty. So m equals 6 plus 4. Why is the top become 6 plus 4? And why is the bottom becomes 1 plus 4 as well? Why?
Because the negatives turn to a positive.
Awesome. Good job. So now this is what? 10 over what? 5. And what is 10 over 5?
10 over 5
So-
is an improper fraction.
And it becomes what? 2. So now that's your ham is what? 2. That's the first cheat code. Now, the second cheat code we have to use, it's B, right? Now, the question is, which of these points do I use? Let's always go with the first one. You can also use the second point, but let's use the first one for now. Let's always stay with the first one. So, what is y for the first point? Negative 4, thank you. And what is your m? Did we get m already? What is your m?
2.
2. And what is your x? Negative 4. Now let's make this look pretty. So b equals negative 4. Now, what is this gonna be? Picture this as negative 2 times negative 4. What is that gonna be? What is 2 times 4? Picture is 2 times 4.
2 times 4 is 8.
8. And is it gonna be plus 8 or minus 8?
Minus 8.
Be careful, be careful. Look at
Plus
this.
8.
Positive 8.
Plus 8.
Because the negatives cancel out.
Because same sign, positive, different signs, what? Negative. So picture this as, we're gonna picture it as negative 2. Negative 2 times negative
The
4.
negatives cancel out.
I don't want you to say that. When you multiply or divide, same sign, positive, different signs, negative. So what is negative 4 plus 8?
Negative 4 minus 8.
Negative 4 plus 8 is not minus 8.
Oh, 5. Okay, that'd be negative. No.
I-
Yeah. It's either
When
negative
you
4
add
or
or
positive
subtract,
Or when you add or subtract,
subtract.
same
Same
signs,
signs,
positive, same sign, add,
add,
different signs, subtract. Are we gonna subtract or are we gonna add?
when We're gonna
subtract. And
It's
keep
gonna-
the sign of the biggie what?
Absolute.
Absolute.
So it's gonna be positive 4.
Got it? So now your M is 2 and your B is what? 4. Now let's write the equation. Y equals mx plus b, right? What is M? 2x plus what? 4. Got it? Am I making sense? Let's go to the next one. Look at this again. Remember, what is the cheat code to answer this question? You need to write the cheat code for ham, right? Which is what? Y2 minus y1 over what? X2 minus x1. And the cheat code for your B. What is the cheat code? Y minus what? MX.
Wait. So that means that y x1 is negative.
Let's label it. Let's label it. Yes. First and second, right?
Yes.
First, second, right? X1,
negative 6.
Y1, X2, Y2. Now we do plug it in, plug it in.
So
Let's go. M.
y,
What is Y2?
y2 is negative 3.
Negative 3
Oh, that means that this is gonna
minus, what is X, Y1? Negative 3. And the bottom, X2, what is X2? Negative 4. And what is X1?
negative 6.
Negative 6. Let's make this look pretty.
Ooh.
M.
So this is gonna be negative 3 plus 3
Negative 3 plus 3.
and 4 negative 4 plus 6.
Negative 4 plus 6. Let's figure this out. So what is negative 3 plus 3?
Negative 3 plus 3 is 0.
0. Same sign had different signs. What? Subtract, right? 0, right?
And then that's going to be 10.
No, it can't be 10. Same sign had different signs. What? Subtract. So 6 minus 4.
6 minus 4.
2.
2.
Positive 2 or negative 2?
Positive because you give the sign of the big absolute.
2. Now, be careful now. So what is 0 divided by 2? It's right there. 0 by 2 is what? 0. Thank you. 0 divided by any number is what? 0.
0
So,
multiplied
M is
divided
0.
by any number is 0.
0. So now, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next cheat code. B. We need B. Now, the question is, which of these do I use? Do I use the first one or the second point? It doesn't really matter. But let's always use the first one so we're consistent. Got it? So B is, what is Y?
Negative 6.
Negative what?
3.
3. Minus, what is the M that we just got?
0.
0 times, what is the X? Negative 6. And if you follow your PEMDAS, 0 times any number is 0. So this is what? Negative 3 minus what? 0. Because guess what? This is 0. This will be 0.
Yeah.
Am I making sense here?
And since 0 is neither positive or negative,
So it's just going to be equals what? Negative what? 3. And how do we finally write our answer? Y equals what? Mx
X
plus B.
So
Now let's set it up.
y equals 0 minus
X,
negative-
0x
0x
minus
negative.
3. Minus 3, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Do I need to write this? Anything times 0 is what? 0, right?
Yeah,
Y?
it's like x minus 3.
Y equals, no, Y equals what? Minus what? 3. But guess what? Do we have to do this work? No. Do you see something strange here? What is strange here? Can someone tell me something strange that you see? Look at this carefully. Look at the question carefully. There's something strange. Look at carefully. There's something strange. And I want someone to tell me
Maybe because of negative 3 and negative 3.
what the X exactly, Romel. the y values, they're what? The same.
The exact
Did you see
same.
that? The y value, they're what? Exactly what? The same. See, look at your y value. They're the same. So anytime you see a question like this and your y value is the same, don't go through the headache. All you do is just say what? Y equals what? -3. That's your answer.
Okay.
Wowie zowie, that's so easy.
Anytime
Copy and
your
paste.
y value is the same, guess what you write? Y equals what? -3. Now, I'm going to drive you crazy.
Wait,
Copy
wait,
and paste.
but Mr. Coyote, in the
Yes.
first questions, we had 2 -4s.
It's not -4s. That's x and y, not the x values. Let me quickly show you the first question. Look at the first question.
Oh, so that's
Is-
X and Y.
This x and y, not xx. Okay. Let's look at this one now. Do we have to go through the headache? Look at this carefully. Everyone look up. Look up.
No.
No, why not?
Because it's the same number.
What is the same?
What was the y values?
The y values are what? The same. Guess what will be your answer? Y equals what?
Negative.
4. That's your answer. I don't care what they ask you. Write it as this equation. No. Y equals what? 4. Now, the last example I'm going to ask you. Now, check me out. If the question is this -2, 7, -2, 9. Do you see something strange?
Yes.
There's two.
I don't want you to say there's two.
The X value is both -2.
The x values, they're what? The same. Guess what will be your answer? Now it's not going to be y. It's going to be what? X equals -2. And that's your answer.
Oh, it does copy and paste?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see that? The answer for this is going to be what? X equals what?
Yeah.
-2. And what is the answer for this one going to be? Y equals what? -4. And this is how we do it.
I have a question.